It was scary. I felt like I could access parts of my brain I wasn't allowed to, and it was scared if I kept up going, I was going to turn something off in my brain and die. Yeah, like when you're tripping, you can trick yourself into thinking anything, but I don't believe you can turn off certain parts of your brain like that. I think you actually have to get like brain damage, because I know parts of your brain very much can get turned off. That is a very well documented phenomenon. The most I've done like 20 grams. Like, I'm not even joking. I have, I have seriously gone so freaking deep because I did the same thing with DMT. That'll make sense in a second. So, I had always heard that there were entities that you could speak with, and when you were tripping really crazy hard, and I had tripped tons of times really crazy hard, and I never found these entities. So I was like, I'm gonna force it. I was like, I'm gonna go as deep as I can, and I just freaking 20 grams, just shove it in my mouth. And I didn't meet them, but I got to a place within that trip that I feel like I understand them now, and they're not entities, they're parts of your brain, just the different parts of your brain. Like, I believe that within ourselves there are an amalgamation of personalities and like character archetypes, if you want to call it that, where, because like even in my day-to-day life there'll be times where I'm interacting with someone, I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, I'm conscious and I'm aware, but I'm like, this isn't how I wanted to approach this situation. So the situation ends and I reflect on it, and it's like, in the moment it kind of does feel like one of those other, what would be considered entities in like the DMT realm. I'm like, I think that's just certain parts of your brain, and sometimes they take over. And if you get high enough, your brain will just have a conversation with itself, and it'll seem like an outside entity, but when in reality, it's just human psychology is just so elaborate and so complex that we don't understand it. So, whenever you throw a bunch of LSD, LSA, psilocybin in there, it's like, whoa, you know? But I could be wrong, of course. Maybe it is tapping into a spirit realm. I don't know.